Namaste. Why are we doing the seeing way? Well, I am old school. I came up the traditional way, reading books on philosophy, studying religions, taking a guru, going to India, living in a temple, traveling all over, preaching and doing kirtan. And then when I separated from my ādi-guru's organization, I became independent. And I sought out great teachers and studied with them and performed their methods and learned and grew and studied some more. This led to an awakening in the form of classical Vedic spiritual awakening. That I got darshan of Shakti and Shiva and even Brahman. Over the years, this led to a deep understanding of Advaita, Vedanta, the conclusion of the Vedas. And this has been very deeply satisfying to me. But trying to share it has not gone well. I'll be honest. On this channel, I've made, nearly 2,500 videos over the last 13 years. But how many have become enlightened? I'm not sure. How many have become disciples? 0. Nada. So I am left to conclude that the old ways don't work anymore today. If you go to India, the temples are managed, like in Tamil Nadu, by the government. Or if you go to a small temple or a private temple, they're managed by a manager. There is no sannyasi in sight. What to speak of a charismatic leader? And in the few cases where there are charismatic leaders, they get entangled in populism and business practices, and we see the temples become more like a business organization. So this is not what was intended in the Vedas, but it is what is expected in the modern world. We don't agree with it, we don't like it, but we can't really do anything about it. It is the trend in today's society. So this is too big of a movement to oppose. It will simply lead to squandering our time and energy. What we are doing is constructing an alternate approach to the same subject. How do we do that? My colleague Matthew Scherf is a genius. He has extracted the logic of Vedanta, mainly from Shankaracharya's works and the Upanishads. And using a theorem-proving software running on a big computer, he has verified that that philosophy is 100% logical. It has no internal contradictions. We can't say that of other schools of thought. None of them have proven themselves to be 100% fully logical. But Advaita Vedanta is. So then we took it a step further. While Matthew's achievement is impressive enough, it's only meaningful to people who know mathematics. I have no problem with math, but most other people do. So I have turned it into a series of ontological conversations, Socratic dialogues. Socrates was an ancient teacher who lived in Greece thousands of years ago, and he used to teach simply by asking questions. In other words, he doesn't give you content. He doesn't force you to digest books and theories and stuff. but he leads you to see it directly. That's what we want. We don't want to fill you up with philosophy and all kinds of content and dogma and rituals and stuff. We don't care about being a guru or being a big power in society or anything like that. We want you to be able to get the benefit. So we want you to look within and find what is already there that is described by the Vedanta Advaita scriptures. How do we do that? By asking questions. For example, the first question is, do you exist? Are you conscious? And then if you come up with any kind of nonsense, we know there are 7 types of cognitive errors. And we know that there are 5 types of Socratic moves to counteract them. And so we have worked up a system based on 12 Vedantic axioms and turning them into questions and asking you to look. That's why it's called the seeing way. We want you to see directly, not hear about some philosophy or not have to work through some logic or not have to just accept some points of view and dogma, but actually look and see for yourself what the scriptures are talking about. To help you get into this, we have prepared a set of cards. These are prototypes, handmade. They're at the printer right now, and within a couple of days we should have them. And these go through the 4 structural principles of the Seeing Way. 10 learning objectives, 12 Advaita axioms, 7 cognitive errors, and 5 Socratic moves. And that's all there is to it. It's complete in just these small number of elements, 38 to be exact. So when you get your hands on these cards, you literally have the entire system. And by playing with the cards and going through it yourself, and also by being guided by a trained guide, we call them guides, not gurus, not teachers, not indoctrinators, but guides. So you can take these cards of the axioms and use them to see within yourself the enlightenment that has always been there. This is the Seeing Way.